What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I am Jake.
And I'm Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We're also sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
We will be talking about Marvel's Secret Invasion, Season 1, Episode 3, now streaming on Disney+.
Then we'll also be talking about the first two episodes of My Adventures with Superman, the anime, if you will, on Max. So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
I think.
Nerd.
Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chadley, how's your week?
My week itself was a standard week, work. It was nice. It was super short. Only worked a 3-day week, which is pretty sweet. Hope everyone had a good 4th of July. Ooh, that shot's giving me heartburn.
Oh,
And then over the weekend, I had some friends come over, stayed with me for the weekend. Haven't seen them in a bit. Well, I guess I saw Steven last weekend. I picked him up from the airport. But Steven and Shalone came over because we were supposed to have D&D this weekend, but that got pushed. But they still came over. We hung out. It was great. Very hungover. I'm very hungover. I drank a lot this weekend. But it was fun. What about you? How was your week?
week's been pretty good. Shorter week, but I had to work 4 days, unfortunately. But it was good. We have our baby shower next weekend.
Yeah.
So we've been just getting a ton of shit done, and it's crunch time this week. So
Yeah.
other than
You guys
that,
were like
yeah,
cleaning siding on your house last week,
yeah.
right?
Nicole's going a little overboard on the cleaning. Love her to death, and great, do it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
no one's inspecting our siding.
Yeah, but sometimes you do just have to clean it. But
Yeah, no, I know. It's cute. But yeah, no, we're doing a bunch of shit right now, getting ready for that. Other than that, not much really exciting has been going on.
right on, right on. Well, before we get into the actual substance of this episode, if our listeners like what we're doing and want to support us, the best way to do it is to go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. You get first looks at announcements, things to come, member exclusive merch. It's a monthly subscription. We have different tiers that you can do. It's like coming, I get it. Yeah, so buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. There's tons of great perks that you can choose from as well. So head over there and give us your money, please. Thanks.
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 Thanks. Well, couple just side note things that we're not going to go crazy into with this episode, but we want to mention them at least right now. The mid-season finale of The Witcher.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
I am not digging this season of The Witcher at all.
I am trying really hard to separate it from the other two seasons.
Yeah.
And it's helping.
I'm struggling quite a bit
I've
myself.
been thinking of it as just live action D&D. It's like what I wanted the D&D movie to be. So there's that. Yeah. At first, I mean, there's like no action in this episode. And they retell the same situation just from different perspectives.
Yeah,
it felt like
it's one of those,
Clue,
like a movie that shows the same scene but through other people's perspectives. So it's like 4 or 5 different storylines that all wrap around the same time frame. It's yeah. You told me, which I got excited about. You were like, "Oh, there's a big cliffhanger," and like literally the cliffhanger is just somebody puts a knife to Geralt's throat, and I'm like, "You can get
No,
out of that."
it's
I was
just
like, "That's dumb."
it's like a who done it and they got it wrong.
Yeah,
So then they try to react to it, and it's like too late.
yeah.
That's what I meant by like a cliffhanger, not that someone held a knife to his
Gotcha.
throat. It was just
I was
that,
like, "That guy's gonna get his ass kicked."
yeah, it was just that
Like,
they, there was like the mystery of how they unraveled the answer to
Gotcha.
stuff, and then it turns out that they were wrong because they missed something. You know,
And they gave, is it Jaskier or Hoskier?
uh, Hoskier.
Hoskier. Gave him a, I mean, we saw it coming. Uh, a little love interest. It's that prince guy with the long blonde hair.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
king's brother of.
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me.
They're
One of the
boning.
nations. Yeah,
They're boning. But the problem is, well, he says that there's like a protection spell to keep
but
Ciri safe.
it ends at dawn.
Yeah. And he's balls deep in this guy at the moment. So,
Yeah, but when we last saw him, it was like the middle of the night, so
yeah.
he might have gone back, but
Yeah.
also with Yennefer and Geralt being otherwise disposed. I just
The worst.
worst.
The worst.
The spice.
Yennefer is my least favorite character in this show. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah. I liked her more in the first two seasons.
Season 2, I really liked her.
Yeah.
Season 1, she was just a whiny little brat.
Yeah.
It made me so angry. Season 2, she finally started coming around, and then she made like a sacrifice at the end of season 2, and I was like, okay, she's alright. This season, she is an entitled little brat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not so whiny. She just thinks she's the fucking tits, and it's like, but she's not even showing anymore. Like, come on.
I almost said that. That's funny. We're funny, damn it.
What was the other one, dude?
The other one is the latest episode of Warrior.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. This show does not disappoint.
I'm not kidding when I say between the 3 shows that I was excited about a few weeks ago when they started
Mhm.
was The Warrior, Secret Invasion, and The Witcher. The Warrior is by far the best out of the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still promise. Because, I mean, Secret Invasion I am enjoying.
I'm not
It's just-
saying Secret Invasion's bad. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
but
I like The Warrior is
yeah,
just
has-
so much better.
Yeah, it's
I mean, the
so
first
great.
5 minutes of the first episode is like, okay.
Yeah.
And it really set the tone for the whole season so far. We're on episode 4, and it really hasn't let off the gas much
No.
as far as like action and like, yeah. the
Action
show's-
is still all there, and now there's, kind of like a race against the clock and other shit going down. I really like it.
Assam's love interest is way hotter than his previous love interest the past 2 seasons.
love
sorry.
interests, because the first 2 seasons he was just boning. Sorry.
Yeah, but there
getting
was-
sticky, as
But
they
there
say
was
in the show.
the blonde girl.
Oh yeah, she's the old mayor's wife
Yeah.
that they
but-
had committed.
committed, and they made a mention of her in this last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago? But we
2
haven't
episodes
seen
ago,
her,
yeah.
and I feel like she's not coming back,
I,
which is good. They're
yeah.
setting up a new love interest for him, which I like way better.
Yeah.
She's way hotter.
But she's also stealing from them, which means that there's going to be a conflict later. And Myling overplayed her hand. She thought she was being sneaky. And she honestly didn't do anything wrong, but, the dude that made an advance on her, and she's like, nope, I respect your wife. And then he was like, she made a move on me.
But like, what's the guy's name? Her like right hand guy, the big rival with Assam. I forget his
Uh,
name. He's
Li
literally
Li Yang.
something like that. He's literally been telling her the whole time. He's like, dude, this is a bad idea. Like blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
I can't
Like,
be there to also help
yeah.
protect you.
And then shit hit the fan, which is what I guess everyone probably knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's also very
Li Yang,
like
sorry, not Li Yang.
young. She's also kind of annoying, Myling. I like her character, but she's a little
She's just very cocky.
exactly. That's the perfect word for it. I was trying to think of something that wouldn't sound like sexist or something like that, and that's perfect. She's cocky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna bite her in the ass.
Yeah.
It already has
Yeah,
in this
it's
episode.
starting to. Yeah. But this show is fucking incredible. I'm so ready for more of it.
Mm.
And that's also on Max.
Yep.
And also, new streaming service, Doug. I'm just kidding. Because now it just sounds like a dog's name. And then I went to the dog from... It was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I just didn't get it. I would have laughed.
I'll just go fuck myself. Super cool.
Tell us about sponsor number 1 so we can get into the meat of this episode.
Plant-based meat, thank you. Just kidding. So we're sponsored by Raise Energy Drinks. We've been talking about it for years now. Still a great energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 crash. And if that's not your thing, they have so much more to choose from, including some plant-based protein supplements and stuff like that, which is awesome. Listen up, learn how to save 15%, and we'll be right back with you to talk about my adventures with Superman. Like Chad's adventures with Superman. My specific ones. Okay, bye. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, and powered by their Refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you. Okay, friends, now there's a new show out on Max, formerly known as HBO Max, called My Adventures with Superman. It's an animated, in the style of anime, Superman show. So the first 2 episodes dropped, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but go watch it. It's fun. Definitely not what I was expecting.
It's about what I expected.
Is it?
I was hoping for a darker thing, like we were talking about, but it's for like an anime thing. It's about what I was thinking it was going to be. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's fun. It's lighthearted. You know, I was expecting, just because it's been very popular recently for bigger streaming services to, you know, in the style of anime, have something that's a little bit more violent, bloody,
Invincible.
vulgar. Yeah, Invincible, Legends of Vox Machina,
Yeah.
like that. So that's what I was expecting. But this
That would
is
have been fucking amazing.
yeah.
But
Also, you know, Jack Quaid. You know, he's in The Boys. You know,
yeah.
that's just what I was expecting.
Jack Quaid voices Superman, aka
Yes.
Clark Kent,
AKA
AKA
Kal-El,
Kal-El, aka
the Man of Steel, AKA
aka
also known as.
Winnie the Bish.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm a little upset that I did not see that. That's where you were going with that. Uh, but also, I'm glad because that surprised me and it made me happy. They're short episodes. They're 30 minutes long. But yeah,
That long?
ladies,
No, that's like
that's
nothing.
like average.
Average. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a little more lighthearted than I was kind of hoping for, but
Yeah.
it is about what I expected it to be. It was cool. I really like I really like Jor-El's depiction. Did I say that word right?
No depiction.
No? Depiction. Fuck. I really like Jor-El's depiction. I thought it was like a dark, gritty, like long-haired, like badass. Not, which is cool. Like in every iteration of Superman, well, in the comics at least, Jor-El is like a scientist. He's not a warrior. He's not, you know, he's not like a badass. And in this depiction.
Oh.
Dictation.
Oh.
He is very much. He's got like a scar over his eye. He's like, he looks like a badass. The only thing that kind of weirded me out with it is when they show him, it very much looked like he was flying. And on Krypton, Kryptonians don't have superpowers, so I thought that was weird.
Right, because well, it's because their sun was dying and it was a red sun, right?
Hmm. But it looked like he had like his, you know, like he had just been, like, he was a damsel who just kissed her hero. Like he was like floating with like one leg up,
Yeah.
and like his cape, he was wearing a cape which was like flapping in the wind, and
Yeah.
like in the comics and stuff, Jor-El doesn't even wear a cape.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he doesn't fly because they don't have powers on Krypton. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll see where they're going with it, because he hasn't really gone into the whole Jor-El thing. He did a little bit in episode 2, but not enough.
One thing that I thought that was really cool was obviously like Jor-El is speaking Kryptonian.
Yes, dude, I thought that was cool too.
And Clark is like, "What the fuck are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand." It's like, how would he?
Yeah.
You know?
That's something that I really, and you guys who've been watching the show know that I'm a huge Smallville fan. That's one of the things I loved about Smallville, is that Clark couldn't read or understand Kryptonian until he got fucking zapped by the fucking cave wall or whatever.
Yeah.
Or then he's like, for some reason after I put the key in the wall I can understand it. Like that was the same thing. So hopefully there's like a point in time in this show that we're watching now, where he will understand it, but not through like studying and like, I gotta learn how to read. You know what I mean? It'll be,
yeah.
I'm sure
Because
it'll be
also, like,
something
how would he learn how to do that? There's no
Exactly.
references known to teach him.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool. Also, I can't. They're like setting up the Suicide Squad,
Mm-hmm.
or at least Task Force X, which is, you know, whatever.
I think the big takeaway from the 2 episodes that we watched, it's kind of an origin. You know, we kind of see clips of him as a kid and discovering his powers, which is, been done over and over again. But
Which I'm glad that they're not like starting there.
starting
You
there.
know, it's like flashbacks.
But he's not Superman until episode 2.
Right.
So like episode 1, he's just Clark Kent from Smallville that has superpowers. He's not Superman. So it is kind of, but they moved it along pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of have to with 30-minute episodes, but
Yeah.
I'm
Which I'm
enjoying.
happy about. I'm glad they did because I don't want to see an origin story
Yeah.
of someone that we've seen origin story over and over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again. So
Every time they reboot, you get a new origin story.
yeah,
And I think that DC is at least taking note on the Batman not being an origin story. When Marvel rebooted Spider-Man, in the MCU, it didn't start with, he was already Spider-Man.
yeah.
We know the story.
What do you get? What do you, the Spider guy, Spider-Man?
Not in that onesie, you're not. It's not a onesie. But I mean, the show is fun. It's lighthearted. I'm excited to keep watching it. It just
I am too, yeah.
wasn't what I expected it to be, and I'm still not 100% sold on if I love it or not.
Yeah,
But I'm
same.
enjoying it. It's fun.
Yeah,
You mentioned the first time that Superman gets a suit.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah, in true anime fashion.
Yeah,
There's a
Yeah,
suit up scene
yeah.
with lights and twirling.
yeah, and the cape just like appears.
Yeah.
The whole costume just appears. Really.
Yeah, it's like in a light up thing in his chest.
It's probably
There's proof that Tony Stark has a heart back there.
not with that being dead, but if
Yeah.
you can see this, it's because it's not lit up. So don't. Oh.
It's a tap light.
Lame. Just kidding.
Bought it on Wish, okay?
No, it's fucking cool. I actually am
And
very
I did
jealous
buy
of
it on
that
Wish.
thing.
I'm not lying about that.
No, I know, you told me. That thing's fucking cool. But yeah, it's fun. Go check it out. Hopefully it'll get better and maybe a little darker. If you're gonna be on HBO, come on.
Well, I mean, he did get, which was weird, he got, like, beaten and bloodied in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, summoned his power. And
Well, I
then,
was gonna
like,
say-
magically healed very quickly.
I was gonna say when he's younger, he doesn't develop his full potential until
Mhm.
he's got to go through stages of whatever. But yeah,
Yeah. I watched Smallville.
check it out. It's good.
It is.
Hopefully it'll get better. I want to see like bigger, better bad guys, but it's only episode 2, so I'm not expecting Doomsday in season 1, episode 2. So
Yeah.
I want to see some. I have high hopes for this show. I have high hopes for anything Superman.
Yeah.
So
What's
I
that, Jake?
like Superman. It's my favorite.
Oh, I didn't know because the Smallville, and sketch of Superman.
And the fact that I named my kid Cal,
Hell, yeah.
after Superman.
What? No.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about sponsor 2. We're going to move on from this and go into sponsor 2. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you had more to talk about, but okay. All right. Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, Our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
Okay, friends, we are going to talk about episode 4? 3? 4?
It's literally in the notes. It's 3.
We're going to talk about episode 3 of Secret Invasion. Now streaming on Disney Plus. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, check back in. This show's getting increasingly better. A little bit of a slow start.
Well, the first episode was dope. The second one was very slow.
Yeah. How many episodes is this? Do we remember? Do you remember? By we, do I mean you?
I think 9?
Didn't mean to phrase that as a question. By we, I mean you. Do you remember?
Stay classy, San Francisco?
It's going to be 8 to 10 episodes. Or in the middle of that, which Chad said 9.
Or it might be less than that. We don't know. I'm looking it up right now to see what's... but tell them that joke,
Yeah.
Continue on.
The show's getting...
6.
How many?
6.
6? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we're
That's
halfway.
annoying.
We're halfway through, and
They better ramp that shit up.
I hope.
It is good, but I thought we had way more than that.
So
and they're not. I guess they are long episodes.
Yeah, they're like
but-
50 minutes. Mm-hmm.
6 is just such a whatever. It's very good. We think that Rhodey is a Skrull.
Yeah, it's kind of leaning that way that Rhodey has been body snatched. Uh-huh. I'm just feeling dead air right here because clearly
sorry.
your dog did something that like distracted you.
Now she's not in that weird Emily Rose position anymore, but she is snoring very loud.
Oh. That's great.
If anybody has seen the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose, when she's all like fucked up and like punched up on the ground, that's very much how my dog was sleeping a minute ago.
And was sleeping like that for at least 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, she's in a very cute sleeping position now, but she's snoring obnoxiously loud. That's why I was like, what the hell? I looked over at her, and now she's all like curled up, but she's just like... Anyways. Big stuff happened in this episode.
Yeah. And Talos stabs Gravix in the hand during their meetup, their confrontation, whatever. And as Gravix heals, it glows orange, kind of like the Extremis.
Looks exactly like Extremis.
Yeah, for those that are unaware or have completely forgotten about that story plot line because they didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. either, that would be the Iron Man 3 stuff.
Like, it was like the drug that they were giving, like, soldiers.
Yeah, to try and
to
make
make
super
them-
soldiers.
Yeah. But they were not doing well.
Yeah, it was never...
Perfected.
Yeah, so sometimes they would just blow up. It was cool.
But it looks like maybe, and this is just a theory, but maybe the Skrulls have perfect because their intellect is better and technology is better than
and their
humans.
DNA is different.
Yeah, so it looks like they maybe perfected Extremis, because Talos does stab Gravix in the hand, and Gravix doesn't even pull the knife out, just like pulls his hand out of the knife, like
Hmm.
slicing his hand open, and like does that, and it's the orange, like it looks like Extremis just heals it. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's got to be what it is.
And it ties into because we see that he has like a weird ass machine. It almost
Yeah.
to me it almost looked like the quantum tunnel from Endgame
Mhm.
with the lights around it and all that.
It was a minivan.
Not that one.
I'm just giving you shit.
I
I'm
know.
giving you shit.
I know. And not the big one that all of them stand on, but like the one, it
The
fills,
original
fills
one.
a small room.
Yeah.
And he's even talking to like the other scrolls that kind of like fill their high council
Mhm.
about making super scrolls.
Which is from the comics. The
Mhm.
only thing that differs, or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. We haven't seen that far. But in the comics, the Super Scrolls come from the Fantastic Four.
But that makes sense because the Fantastic Four is coming. There's rumor, because there's like a test photo of Doctor Doom and someone standing with their back turned. But the way that they're dressed
I
looks
saw
a
that
lot
too.
like Gravix.
It looks like Gravix. I would fucking shit my pants if they introduced Doctor Doom in this show.
Yeah. They've been hinting at him. I mean,
Yeah.
In Moon Knight with the
Moon Knight, yep.
cupcakes.
The cupcakes and the island that they were on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the name of it because it's been like a year, but
Well, I don't think it was an island. I just think it was just like a mountain town.
well, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're
But-
right. You're right. It was that.
And
yeah,
there's
yes.
rumors as to how they could do it because like the whole Sokovia being demolished, and then
And we know that the Fantastic Four does exist, but right now they are the lost astronauts from oh god, was it
Sword.
no what movie was it?
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
That they lost a group of astronauts in space during the blip,
Hmm.
which would be the Fantastic Four, I would imagine.
Yeah. That hasn't been
yeah.
confirmed, but that theory makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
I would fucking lose my mind. I don't. Here's the thing: if they do show Doctor Doom in this show, I don't want them to show who is playing him yet.
I don't either.
Just suit it up. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. Oh,
That might.
now I'm gonna
just-
go on like I'm not going to, but like I'm like, oh, I want to go on a nerd rant now about it. But
Go for it. We got the time.
well,
We didn't have a
fucking-
lot prepared this week, in case you guys didn't
Like-
know.
Who do you want to play Doctor Doom? Rapid fire, go.
I have really come to enjoy the fan casting of Cillian Murphy. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he can do it brilliantly. We know that he can be super intimidating behind a mask from, The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. It kind of depends on the age that we want him also,
Yeah. Man, I asked that question without even asking myself that question. Because the only thing with Cillian Murphy is that he doesn't have. I want Doctor Doom in, at least
So
the way I imagine it
big
and the
dude.
way it's been portrayed so far. You got to have like a deep, menacing voice. I mean, Doctor Doom in the comics just killed Thanos in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I want somebody with like a. I mean, I don't know if I would want the voice casting wise. Liam Neeson comes to mind, but
That
would I
was
want
where,
would I
that
want
was
Liam
good.
Neeson
Set.
in the costume like with the mask off? Probably not. He's a little old for that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
I asked you a tough question that I didn't have an answer for. That was a bad move as a podcaster.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I'm trying to think of like an obscure actor that's not super famous that has the voice work to pull something like that off, and I am just, oof. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that this person would actually do it, like as a non-voice actor. Actually like being in the suit, but Matthew Mercer is an incredible like voice actor, and could definitely do that menacing type of voice. But
So if you're going just voices, that's one thing, but eventually
you
they're
have
gonna
to see,
the mask
yeah,
is gonna come
that's
off, and you're gonna.
that's kind of where I was going with that is, one, I don't think he would do it, and two, I don't think it would work.
Tom Hardy. It doesn't matter who we are. All that matters is that on. No? Perhaps he was wondering why you'd shoot a man before throwing him from a plane. That's
That
a
would
very
be good.
bad, but my best
Yeah.
Bane impression.
Bane.
Let's see it. Let's go. Come on. This is practice for your.
Oh,
for the,
no, I know I definitely cannot do that.
Come on. You gotta do voices for the.
I know.
Come on. Give us your Bane.
Oh,
Just do the. It doesn't matter who we are. Just.
It doesn't matter who we are.
Oh, it's better than mine.
you thought so? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it's
felt
deeper,
very,
yeah.
I felt
That was
very
good.
self-conscious about that.
That was good. No, that was a good one. Yeah. uh, Fuck yeah, I really don't know. Let me simmer on it. I'm gonna think.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep thinking about who I want to be the face of Doctor Doom, and the voice, because I don't want a Star Wars thing where it's like the voice is James Earl Jones, but the face is somebody else. Like
Yeah.
let's do one person. But let me think on it. So, more shit happened in this episode that we haven't talked about yet because we're
Yeah.
just fucking all over the place. But
We took one theory and ran with it. Another thing that happened was Gaia was kind of found out as being kind of like a double agent, like, helping her dad and stuff like that. And then Gravix shoots her. And we know that when a Skrull dies, they return to their normal Skrull body. But she changed very quickly
and you
when
can,
she hit
and
the
they
ground
can change on
on command. Yeah.
command. Yeah.
So, is she dead? I don't think she is. I really don't. I think that she did that
Yeah.
just to.
It'd be weird to kill her off in the halfway through the season.
Yeah, especially because, like, we know it. But Marvel's also very good at doing this. In their trailers and stuff like that, they use some test footage or, stuff to keep you guessing as to whether, something is there or not, or removing someone, or someone's looking at you, Spider-Man No Way Home, and then seeing a lizard get kicked by air. But I mean, they have been known to do that, just like with Infinity War having the Hulk run, but it's actually the Hulk Buster. Stuff like that. They're known for that. But I do still think that them killing off Gaia, especially with bringing in someone as big as Emilia Clarke is, to just like get rid of her that quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that she was just basically covering her ass so that then she can get out and heal, and stuff like that. Yeah,
I got a good one.
You got a good one for
I
Doctor
do.
Doom? Okay, let's hear it.
It's maybe not. I don't know if it's my own maybe I read it somewhere or saw it somewhere, but it just clicked to me. Uh, the Esposito, the guy from fucking Breaking Bad, that owns the Chicken Polo's place.
Oh, Pollos Locos?
Dude.
Giancarlo Esposito?
Giancarlo. Yeah, that dude's got a menacing fucking voice. He would be a good age for a Doctor Doom. And yeah. I would also like to see Perthen. I would like to see a person of I would like to see a person of color in that
That's
role,
what
I
that's
think.
where I
Yeah.
was trying to think, and then
Yeah.
just like there wasn't like a particular voice.
I think his voice, he's got a very menacing voice. I think that would
he
be
does. But it depends on how long you want that person in the role, or how long you want Doctor Doom to be around.
Yeah. The only so with the only reason I say that is because I don't like how they did the first Fantastic Four or the second Fantastic Four, where they made Doctor Doom the same age as the Fantastic Four, because he's not. He's older.
Oh, is
He's
See, I
yeah.
did not know that.
He's yeah. He's more like a Tony Stark kind of age,
Yeah,
as where like the Fantastic Four are like very young, like astronauts
yeah.
that get like yeah. So I think he would do a really good job at that, and he just plays a bad guy so well.
In the Fanforstic, because that's how it's written out. Sorry, is he's just like a couple years older than them,
Yeah.
and then obviously in the original one, like him and Reed Richards are the exact same age.
Yeah, and Reed Richards is older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, we did hear, because I don't think we talked about it last week, Margot Robbie and Adam Driver both declined the offers to be Reed Richards and Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, I'm okay with. Like, I like her. I think that she could do it. But I'm okay with the fact that she declined it. I am sad that Adam Driver said no. But he could do Doctor Doom.
he does have that dark, ominous tone.
Yeah.
Bong. He could. I would totally be okay with that. I'm actually okay with. I liked Adam Driver for the role when I heard about it, but I'm actually okay with him not doing it because when I picture Reed Richards from like comic books,
Yeah.
he's got the like like not slicked back, but he's got like the haircut that goes back. He's got the gray on the sides, and I just don't see that for Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Also, Reed Richards isn't a big guy, and Adam Driver's a pretty big guy.
Yeah. He's
And so I don't
tall
know how.
and muscular.
Yeah, so I just don't. I would much more like him as a Doctor Doom than a Reed Richards. Again, I wasn't upset about him as Reed Richards if that was going to be the, but I don't know. I don't know if that's who.
I know that you're not a fan of the guy. I don't even have his name pulled up, but the guy from You that plays Joe in
Oh,
You.
he's got a weird name. I forget it. I know who you're talking
He
about.
was also, the Gossip Girl.
Hmm.
Oh.
Never watched it, but I did hear that he was the one that was
Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley. Yeah, that's a weird
But
Badge Penley.
one, he kind of has the look. You would just have to do like the gray streaks, but he's very good at being very well knowing that he's the most intelligent person in the room and being very narcissistic about it.
I wouldn't hate it, and I also very much want like a like star-studded like cast.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want to see Brad Pitt. I love Brad Pitt. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to see Brad Pitt or someone like that.
I love
like,
a lot of movies that Brad Pitt is in. I don't.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah, I don't think we've had it on the podcast though. He's not a very good actor.
Have you seen Dave? You haven't watched Dave yet.
No, is he in Dave?
He's in the last season, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
He gets stuck, so he wants to.
Does he play himself?
He plays himself.
Hell yeah.
And he, because he's in a music video for one of Dave's music videos.
Oh.
And he's like, "Hey man, I'd like to break into this scene. Like, could you help me out?" And Dave's like, "Yeah, come by my house." And he's like, "I bet." And Dave's got like this super fan that like comes over, and she like won't leave. He's like, "Hey, like Brad Pitt's here. Like, you gotta go. I am hearing what you're saying." And she pulls a gun out, and she's like, "No." And so then him and Brad Pitt get like taken hostage
at his own house.
Yeah, and they like him and Brad Pitt are like trying to figure out like how do we like take this chick down, and Dave is like, I'm not doing that, and Brad Pitt's like, "Dude, you gotta fucking take her out. What are you talking? Like, get her." You know, like it's very funny. It's very funny. It's very climatic. There's like a huge like showdown. It's very funny. You gotta. I know you haven't started yet. You watched like an episode or two at my house.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch that show. Dude.
I gotta
it's
go
so
back and
fucking funny.
Yeah, start it.
We're way off topic.
I will once I get through the bear.
Yeah.
More on that
do
to
that.
come. So let's of those bullet points, let's do the last one before we get into the second one, or the one right above it, about Fury's wife.
Oh, is it his wife or?
Yeah, because he puts the ring back on
Oh,
before he
that's
goes
right.
in the
Okay.
door at the end of
Yeah.
episode 2. But she's a Skrull.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. But she's throughout the episode, you know, she's like, "Well, Gravix is making a good point," you know, like saying this, and he's like, do you support him? Are you with him?" And she's like, "I'm married to you," which was a non-answer, really.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the greatest double spy in the world, Nick Fury, is like, "Yeah, that checks out," and doesn't question it.
Well, she mentions that like you were gone. He got blipped.
Yeah.
So she was like, "You were gone for 5 years. Like, I did what I thought I needed to do or what I thought was right, and blah blah blah." And then he was like, "So are you with him?" And she was like, "No, I'm married to you."
Yeah, I'm your wife.
Yeah.
And he's
But then
he's like, "Okay, bet." And then he eats himself. No, I'm just kidding. We're just using a lot of Gen Z hot words, so I thought I'd continue on. But then we see her go to like a security lockbox, like, you know, in a high-end bank, whatever. All that's in there is a gun. And then she gets a phone call, and there's a voice being like, "Gravix wants to talk to you," or, you know, "This is from Gravix." And whose voice is it? Because that's why I wanted to go in this order. Cause
I don't like this is my theory and what I think, but it sounded like it was Rhodey to me.
Mm-hmm.
Which checks out because we have both been saying that Rhodey is a Skrull right now.
Because his entire demeanor towards Nick Fury and stuff like that is so different than how we've seen Rhodey portrayed in the past, especially, you know, Age of Ultron. You know, he goes with Fury to Sokovia to do the rescue mission, and now he's very just like hostile towards him, and shit like that. So
I also read, I don't know if it's true, so this is just a fan theory, but that we are going to get in the next couple episodes, we're going to get multiple very big superhero cameos. I would imagine one of them would be Carol Danvers, just because of the relationship between.
And then it kind of leads into the Marvels.
Yeah.
as well. And maybe RDJ.
I would fucking jizz in my pants.
There's just been rumors that he's gonna have a cameo somewhere coming up.
Well, they saw him on the set of New World Order.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, now it's Brave New World, but
Brave New World. My bad. Yeah, sorry.
both
Yes.
of them are very Final Solution-y in their name. But I mean that would make sense also because yes, the writers for the show were told don't read the Secret Invasion comic books for inspiration but that's a huge part of it is that a lot of the Avengers and heroes were replaced by Skrulls.
I don't think that we'll get a RDJ cameo. I think what'll happen in
I just remember reading that he was seen on set, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I was like RDJ. But
I bet you for whatever he's on set for is going to be
flashback.
like a hologram or a
Ooh.
flashback or so. Yeah,
yeah,
it's going to be like a tech thing. It's not going to be he's dead.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah,
he is
is dead. That's a
and
good point.
he has said that. I mean, he's been very Chris Evans about it. Like, would I come back? Sure, but it would have to be like the perfect script
Yeah,
to make it make sense.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and I personally, I don't think I want to see. I loved Downey. He kicked the whole thing off, and I think they ended it with a beautiful bow on it and everything. And I don't think I want to see him come back in person. Maybe I'm really tied to the idea of seeing Tom Cruise as a variant of Tony Stark. I don't think I want to see. Downey's probably my favorite actor of all time before he played
Iron Man.
Iron Man, and I love everything he does, but I don't think
Even
it just takes away from the impact that those deaths make in those movies if you're just gonna bring them back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, I fully agree with you on that. So like flashbacks, 100%. You know, or like you said, because it also makes sense for Ironheart coming out, that like an AI projection sort of thing, because that goes with Ironheart.
and she's supposed to be in. She's supposed to be in the
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars.
Yeah.
Sorry, fuck. Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, and I think what's his face, Paul Bettany. Isn't he supposed to come back for Armor Wars?
I don't know about Armor Wars, but I know that they're working on a Vision Quest,
Oh, that's right. That's
which
what it
is
was.
going to lead to either
Yeah.
the young. By the sounds of how everything is going, I think that they're going to blend like the West Coast Avengers and the Young Avengers kind of into one thing.
Mhm.
But supposedly at the end of the Marvels, in one of the cutscenes, it's kind of been leaked, but it's not confirmed yet. It's going to be Kamala Khan talking to
I read that. Yeah.
Kate Bishop about finding Cassie Lang, which
Yeah.
San Francisco, West Coast Avengers, Young Avengers, kind of mixed. I know you don't. She's just more of the same of the shit that you hated from Supernatural.
Not a fan of that actress.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know why they didn't keep the girl from Endgame. Like, why?
She looked.
She's like a
She
foot tall.
looked more like
Yeah.
the younger girl that was playing
Yeah.
Cassie. It was a little bit more believable, but who knows why. We really got off topic from Secret Invasion, but that's what we do here.
That's what this podcast is about. Just talking shit about nerdy shit. We have a script, but we don't have to stick to it.
Well, it's
Didn't mean for that to rhyme.
nice.
Noise.
It's more of a loose outline. I mean, literally under each thing, it just says "wing it," and then we have a couple of bullet points after that. Let's be honest, it's not a script. But do you have anything else that you want to say about
No,
Secret
no, we
Invasion?
can close
Okay,
out.
cool. Yeah, let's then go ahead and close out this episode.
But before we do, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you got?
So the it's not even that big one because it's been popular for a while, but I started watching The Bear finally because you told me that it's fucking fantastic. So I started watching it. I'm only a couple episodes in, but I'm really digging it. And then through completely legal means and not piracy, rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, you did too. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I turned on the lights on my TV, and it was incredible. Loved it just as much. Because you also, you sent me a snap showing that you were watching. I was like, oh, that means I can go watch it. So I did that same night. And one thing, I mean, in the theaters, it was one of those same like moments where I teared up. But I noticed something when Lila gets shot and dies, and then Floor, the rabbit, starts freaking out. And I remember in the theater, being like, yeah, she's like, we go now. And then I realized when I rewatched it that she says all their names, but doesn't say Lila's name because she's like, she's dead. Rocket Thief's Floor, go now. Rocket Thief's Floor, go now. And I cried again. But like for a different reason. Yeah, it was pretty fucking great.
I did not cry the second time around, but
I cried harder because I wasn't in public, so I just like let it happen. Also, when we go to movies together in theaters, like I usually am wearing my glasses because I don't have good eyesight. At home, I'm like, it's good enough. And no one was around, so I didn't have to like wipe from my glasses or anything like that. I was just like,
yeah, it's sad. It was still very sad. I just didn't let loose on that one the second time around. Probably because I knew it was happening,
Yeah.
And I was just like, but when we watched it in theaters, I was like,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Look how bad I'm coughing, everyone.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man. Woo.
Man, I coughed so hard my eyes watered. That's weird.
Exactly. I was just choking on popcorn kernel. Got stuck in my throat.
And eyes and heart.
Yeah, no, it was I think because I knew like what was going to happen. But I had mentioned to you before, I was like, "Oh, it's available to watch." And I was like, "I don't think I'm emotionally ready to watch it again." And Nicole was like, "Yeah, let's watch it." And I was like, "Shit."
Shit.
Yeet. Oh, by the way,
Shit.
nothing to do with anything, but the new season of What We Do in the Shadows comes on the 14th.
Oh, like comes?
Yeah.
Cool.
I only thought of that because when I say shit, I say it like Nandor.
Yeah, you picture it.
Yeet.
Shit. Besides rewatching Guardians 3 and getting distracted by What We Do in the Shadows, what did you have for honorable mentions?
my honorable mentions were so I watched Midnight Mass. I'm a little late to the party on that one, but
I'm later
on
because I didn't even hear about this until you told me about it today.
it's on Netflix. It was okay. It's fun. It's a one-off season, so if like you just don't know what to watch, go ahead and watch it. I won't tell you what it's about. It's got like a creepy aspect to it. It was. I enjoyed it.
I'll
Would I
probably still
watch it again? It's not like Game of Thrones where I'm gonna like watch it again, but
Yeah.
it was fun. Check it out. Um, fuck. What was my other one?
The Gray
Oh,
Man.
I watched The Gray Man again
Yeah.
today. I love that movie, and I really liked it the second time around because I picked up more on rather than being like bedazzled by the action sequences in that movie because
Mhm.
it's nonstop action.
Yeah.
I really picked up on a lot of the funny stuff between Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, and I enjoyed it a lot more this time around.
Yeah, it's kind of in the lines of John Wick with just like go go go,
Yeah.
from start
There's
to finish.
there's like really not a sequence in this movie where there's not some fucking craziness happening.
Yeah.
And it's unrealistic. I mean, there was like a part in there where like he jumps off of a crashing like subway like tram or whatever,
Mhm.
and lands on the hood of Ana de Armas's car, and I was like, yeah, okay, Fast and Furious, like, so there was like a lot of dumb shit like
I
that.
see
but
you, John Cena,
like,
despite
oh.
what you tell people.
a lot of over the top action sequences, but that movie is fucking kick ass, man. And there is a second one coming. I'm really excited about that,
Fuck
and I'm
yeah.
curious who the bad guy is gonna be because Chris Evans nailed the bad guy so bad in
Yeah.
this movie, in a good way. I said bad, but I meant like nailed it in like a good way.
Yeah.
So I'm curious who they're gonna bring in for bad guy number 2. Like who's
Yeah.
gonna play it better than Evans did it? You know what I mean? Like,
What would be just a giant fuck you? And I don't think that this particular...
Downey.
No, I was going to say
Oh.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Just because he took over the Captain America role, just to then let
That
him
would
do...
be really funny.
Like, that would
really
be...
funny.
It'd
I'd be okay with that.
So meta. I mean, I love Anthony Mackie. I think he's great.
Yeah.
It would just be so... It'd be such a meta moment of like, oh, who are we going to use to replace this villain? Oh, I know. It's been done before. Let's take Anthony Mackie.
I would also like to see I want to see a actual like showdown in the end of the not season 2, movie number 2, because Chris Evans kicks the shit out of Ryan Gosling in this movie
Mhm.
at the end, and like Gosling's gonna lose, and it's Jennifer Henwick.
He'll lose.
Lose. She basically shows up and shoots Chris Evans in the chest.
Yeah.
So like, had the fight kept going, Gosling was gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So I would like to see like that played out again, but without the help of somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I already talked to you about it.
Yeah.
We won't go into
I'm
it.
gonna
But
probably rewatch that tonight
Yeah.
because I forgot how much I really enjoyed that movie.
there's so many funny moments in it that I didn't pick up on the first time around because, like I said, you're kind of bedazzled by the action sequences. You don't
Yeah.
really catch the funny stuff, but like rewatching it, I was like, that's really funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. And so yeah,
That's so funny.
I encourage you, if you have seen it, rewatch it.
All right. On that note, Jake, for our beloved listeners that like what we're doing, what should they do?
Give us your money. No, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry you did not phrase that as a question. What is give us your money? A Jeopardy joke. Sorry.
Oh, what is give us your money?
No, I know. I'm sorry. I killed that entire momentum. It's a good thing that I have a toaster sitting on the shelf in my bathroom.
I gave it to you. I remember.
I know you did. I loved it. It would have been funnier if you bought me an actual toaster.
No, yeah, no.
Because I would have still put it on that shelf because I don't.
For anybody
actually use a
wondering
toaster.
why, I'm not that big of a dick. It's a bath bomb
Yeah,
in the shape of a toaster.
it's because I consistently make that joke in my everyday life, and it's just funny. Damn it, just like us. But yes, give us your money, please. We would really appreciate it. It just allows us to do so much more. Like, we don't profit anything. It just allows us to, one, if you are a monthly subscriber, it goes into the merch that you get back. It allows us to do bigger and better giveaways. It just, can I say allow? It allows us to just be better, which is something my therapist says I need to try more. He doesn't. He's very supportive. Sorry. Got a little sad for a second. But if you don't want to do like a monthly subscription through buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd, which you really should go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. You can go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com, buy some merch. That's cool. Because then it's just like a one-time thing for you, but you still get something out of it. Because who doesn't like getting stuff for your effort?
Yeah.
And if you don't want to give us your money, I mean, lame, but totally get it. Just like, share, subscribe. Tell your family, your friends, the people that you think would enjoy this, and those that you're unsure about. Tell them
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst they're gonna do? Not listen? Oh no. But we love you, and thank you for letting us do this. And this has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.